Hi guys. So, I am in Chicago right now, and I just wanted to vlog about things that have been on my mind, and a lot actually things that have happened. Um, and this is a life vlog. Of course, if you know me, like a lot of my life has to do with BTS, so it is kind of BTS related, but not really. It's more about, it's like more from my perspective. Um, But yeah, I just wanted to talk about something that had happened to me a few months ago, last month, and so here is what happened. Anyways, here's what happened. So on February 18th, that was the Wings tour in South Korea, and I wanted to really go, but I couldn't go because my uncle was getting married. Um, yeah, I think like I honestly feel like everything happened for a reason, and it's just crazy like how it turned out. But that's where I'm saying like everything happens for a reason, and what I mean by that is like I couldn't go to the Wings tour in South Korea because my uncle was getting married, and I was working as a photographer with my mom that night, and so I was doing just the job, being a photographer. And it's just crazy. Like my uncle's best man, like his best friend, his best man, is somebody that lives in the same town as me, or like close to where I live. And here is everything. I've known like that best man. I've known him for a while because our parents, like, we all go to church together. He doesn't come, but like his parents come, and so we all go to church together. And his mom used to own like a local shop in our town, and so like I would go often too, like not just me, but like everyone else too. Um, but yeah, like to me, like that's how I knew him, was because of church. And then yeah. Here's the thing though. Here's the point. This is what happened at the wedding. I was drinking a lot, obviously. I was like, because I couldn't go to South Korea, I was like, I'm just gonna drink and get drunk because I'm with family anyways, so I know they're gonna take care of me. But I was like so depressed, like honestly, just so depressed that I couldn't go to South Korea. Even in like I just wanted to experience it being over there, and honestly, I just miss South Korea, so I wanted to go back. But I couldn't, because my uncle was getting married, and obviously, like, it's, your uncle, my uncle. I mean, people only get married once, right? Like, let's hope. And so that's why I stayed. But his best man came up to me, and he said, like, I have to confess to you that, like, I, like, I really like you. And, like, I've had a crush on you for, like, 4 or 5 years or something. Like, he was just like, it's been that long. Because I've known his family for that long, since, like, church and stuff. And I actually didn't meet him until, like, probably 4 or 5 years ago. And he was like, I've had a crush on you for, like, a long time. And he's like, there's been multiple times that, like, I've called you. I've, like, texted you. And there were some times where, like, I would just, like, drive by your house because, like, I wanted to be near you. And, like, to me, that was, like creepy, like, it was kind of creepy, but I totally understand what he's talking about, but creepy, and I'll get to that later. But he was saying all that stuff, and he was like, yeah, like, he was like, do you remember, like, somebody calling you from an unknown number? And I was just like, yeah, like, I have had some people do that, like, but there was actually this one number that kept popping up, and, like, it was just really weird, for me. And it was that same number. It was like texting me too, and was like, hey, like, who are you, how you doing, like, you need to know, like, do you know who I am, guess who I am. And I was just like, I don't want to. Like, I'm not gonna guess who you are. Like, that's just who I am. Like, if you're not gonna tell me that, I'm not gonna guess. Like, don't waste my time. Um, but that was him. Like, that night he admitted it, and he was just like, oh yeah, like all of those missed phone calls, like those phone calls and random text messages from like an unknown number that was like recurring. He was like, that was me. And he's like, I just wanted to call you, I wanted to text you, like I wanted to talk to you, I wanted to just be close to you, be near you. And I was just like, what the heck? Like honestly, like I had no clue that any of this was happening. And but my uncle knew, because obviously, because him and my uncle, like they like game a lot, and so that's why they're like best friends, and apparently they like hang out a lot. I didn't know. um but yeah, that night, like apparently my uncle already knew that like he had all of these feelings like all of these years like for me, and I didn't even know. My uncle didn't even tell me either. And but that night he confessed it, and he was just like, he was like, yeah, he's like, the one reason why like I never came out like to like tell you that I like you, or like that I, or to even ask you out, is because I asked your uncle first. And he's like, he said that he asked my uncle to see if like he would have a chance with me. And my uncle was like, no, like you would not have a chance with her, because he said something like, she's in a like difficult spot in her life right now, and like you're not what she's looking for. And so then ever since then, when my uncle said that to him, then he stopped. Like he didn't even like pursue me anymore. But I think he still liked me. I don't know, because that's what he was saying. And like that was really shocking to me. And then he gave me this whole backstory. Like honestly, like in his head, this is what he told me. He said in his, like to him, he thought we were meant to be. And I was like, what? Because like on my side, like I'm so into BTS, and I work and I went to school, and I had no clue any of this was happening. And he goes and he says, yeah, he's like, it just worked out all too perfectly because our parents go to church together. Then, like then this for 2 summers in a row, I applied for like this factory job just to get fast money, so I can go see BTS. But while at that job, he was working there too. And for me, like I was just like, oh cool, like he's just another dude, like another youth dude that goes to our church but never really comes. That was just what I was thinking. But he thought in his head like, oh my god, like she's here out of all the places, like our parents go to church together, and we happen to work at the same workplace together 2 summers in a row. And then he's been like gaming with my uncle this whole time, right? And then he was talking to my uncle, and then he was telling his uncle about me, but my uncle didn't know it was me. So the thing was, he was telling him that like he had a crush and feelings for this girl that lives in that town. And my uncle was like, oh, like my niece lives in that town too, maybe like I could ask her, maybe she knows. And then he like told my uncle my name, Emily, and then my uncle was just like, oh yeah, like that is my niece. And so then like to him, not my uncle, to the other guy, he was thinking like, oh my god, like it's all meant to be, like our parents go to church and we happen to work at the same workplace, and then his best friend's niece happens to be me, and then he said he was saying stuff like every time he would go home, like parents pressure us to like parents. I don't know about you guys, but like I've experienced like parents telling us to like marry someone, like, or like they're kind of like, oh, why don't you marry someone like blah blah blah, right? And so his parents were saying that about me to him. Like his parents were like, oh, like there's a really like good girl at church, whatever, this is her name, like you should like try to date her or something. And he was thinking like, oh my god, like even my parents are like telling me about this girl. And he like, honestly, like I remember all of this, even though I was like tipsy and kind of drunk, but I remember it because I was like, oh my god, like that's so crazy, like how he, in his head, he connected all of those dots, and he just thought it was meant to be, and honestly, like when he told me that, I told him, I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't have any feelings for you. Like, I didn't even know any of that was happening, you know? Um, honestly, honestly, I would never have imagined him. Like, oh my god, I don't even know, you know? But my point is, after I told him that I didn't have feelings for him, um, I cried. I was drunk, so I'm gonna admit that I was emotionally intoxicated. But then the reason why I cried was because I know exactly how he feels. Like, honestly, I've never been on that side before. I've never been on the receiving side of it. Like, I've never had somebody think like that about me, you know? And he told me, like, he gave me a hug, and he was just like, I know. Like, he's like, I know I'm not the one for you, you know? And then he said, like, but I know there's somebody better for you. Because, like, he's like, between you and me, like, he was saying, like, he's like, I'm nothing and you're like everything, you know. And he's like, you have ambition and dreams and goals to become someone better, and you're doing that, and I'm proud of you, you know. He was saying all of that, and then he was just like, but me, like, I'm no one. And that's what, like, he's like, that makes sense that you wouldn't turn an eye to look at me. And I was just like, oh my god, like, don't say that, you know. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. But the only reason I'm crying is because I told him, see, I don't think I was drunk. Like honestly, I'm crying right now just thinking about it. But I felt really bad the way that he was saying that, you know, because it's not true. It's just that I don't have any mutual feelings for him. That was all. And he was like, he was acting like he was okay with it. I was crying, and now I'm crying too. And the reason why I'm crying is because I know exactly how he feels. You know, like, I knew that he existed. I didn't connect any of those dots that he connected, you know. In his head, he thought it was all meant to be. But to me, I was like, I don't even know. Like, I was super oblivious, and in fact, I don't even think about you at all, you know. And the the reason why I'm crying is because, like, that's when it really hit me that this is exactly how it is with me and Rap Monster. Me and Kim Namjoon. Like, I think about him all the time. I write to him all the time. And I, like, you know, like, I do all of this stuff, but I don't want anything back, you know. But secretly deep inside, I just wish he would notice me, you know. And I think all fans think that. But in my head, like, I'm just thinking, like, man, it would just be so great. It just seems so great. Like, it just seems so perfect. And it would be so great, you know, if we were together and we, like, because we think alike, we do things alike, and we're both clumsy as fuck, and we're hella, like, funny people and emotional in different ways, you know. Whatever, right? But I guess that's the reason why I'm crying, is because I know it's like a ripple effect, you know, like, that the best man felt that about me, but I felt like that about Ratmon, and I was just like, and then I just told him, I was like, I don't even think about you, like, I don't have any feelings for you, and I'm sorry that you felt that way, you know, like, that there was if you felt like there was anything, I don't. And then I was just thinking, oh my god, like, that's how Ratmon feels. You know, like, for me, like, like, to me, that's how he feels to me. He's probably like, I have no clue who you are. You know, like, yes, maybe I've seen your handle around, like, your name pop up every now and then, but I know you as a fan. Like, I know that you are a fan out of the millions, you know, and that's it. Like, but I don't think about you, you know, like, I don't know who you are personally. And that's where I was saying, like, I guess, it was just, like, meant to be that I wasn't supposed to go to South Korea, because I was supposed to hit, like, that reality check was supposed to hit me, and I was really appreciative that came, you know. because then I actually really thought about it. But it actually like just like I don't know what to do next, you know, because honestly like I really don't I I feel like I'm stuck because you know like I've defined my life with BTS and that's okay, you know, right now. And I don't know, dude, like it's just so hard. Like I don't know. I think I've lost what I'm like why I'm here, you know. Like I still try to keep back to my roots, but it's kind of like I guess in a way it's like I'm growing up, you know, and it's kind of like so what do you want, you know, like when BTS can't give you what you need anymore, like what do you want, you know? Or they can only give you so much, you know, and then after that video's over, you're back to reality or something, you know? I don't know, man. Like that was just this is just the point of my vlog. I mean, there's no answers or anything. I just wanted to say that, and I didn't really tell anyone this, but this whole vlog, I didn't really tell anyone about this at all. But that just hit me because like I so badly want to be surrounded by BTS, and I just so badly want like not just to be noticed, but I want to be like friends and have a relationship with them, you know, and like I personally as a person I feel like I can offer so much, right? But like I was talking to my friend and she was like, well, you know, like what makes you different? What makes you more significant than anyone else? If there is that one thing, then you would do it already. You would be there already, but you're not. So why aren't you? You know, and if there isn't anything that makes you stand out and makes you so special, then you're in the same boat as the rest of us, you know, and it's true, you know? And that's why I'm just kind of like, I don't know like what makes me stand out. I don't think there is anything, you know, and that makes sense as to why, you know, this would happen. Like I feel like that was just something that I needed to I think like I feel like God was trying to tell me like, hey, like I know you love these boys. I put them in your life in this period of time for a reason, just so that you can cope a little bit more. And then he's kind of like, hey, like, but change is happening, you know. So, like, just be prepared, you know. Like he's slowly like pulling it back, and he's just kind of like, hey, you know, like I feel like I feel like that's exactly what God is doing. And to me, it's like, oh my God, like I feel like I'm giving up a part of myself, but it's not like I am, you know. Um, it's just I don't know. I guess that was just a reality check, and it was kind of a hard reality check because I didn't witness it. I was in it, you know. It's different when you just pay witness to something that happens like that, and then it's different when you know when you're in that situation, literally, like when somebody tells me that they love me all these years and I don't even know who they are. And I'm like, that's exactly me to rap on. Like I love you for all of these years and you don't even know who I am, you know? And in fact, like you don't care. You know, and he was telling me, the best man, he was like, you know, like there are many nights where I cried. Like I cried because he said after he asked my uncle, and my uncle said that he wouldn't be it for me, you know. He said he cried because of that, you know. He cried and he was like, I had to come to terms with it, you know, that I wasn't ever gonna be good enough for you. And that's okay, you know, but he's like, but I had to cry about it, you know, I had to overcome that. And I was just like, oh my God, like I think that's me right now, you know, like I'm still trying to overcome that. Like yes, it's something I already knew, but it was something that I always just had like this little bit of hope, you know. And I guess I feel like God's telling me like it's possible, but you know, like here's the reality, and you can't wait forever to see if that will happen. Like life is still moving on and you have to move on. If it happens in the future it will, but if it doesn't, like you need to go because you're too stagnant and nothing is happening, you know. And yeah, That's all I wanted to say. This vlog is just too long, but see, I see. So maybe I'm not crazy. I thought it was just because I was drunk, so I cried. But no, like I'm crying right now, and I'm not even drunk. I'm just drinking, you know, iced tea. Anyways, okay. Bye, you guys.